Hello, all. Welcome today to this Authors Alley podcast for the 6th episode. And here we have one of the great personality from Greece. It's none other than Rania Lampou, who is from Greece, Athens. Yes, she has been a constant supporter of Authors Alley in our various program, previous summit too, and also in social media. She's a global educationist or educator. She is a STEM instructor, an ICT teacher trainer, neuroeducation researcher, international keynote speaker. Yes, I totally agree. I can see almost every single day, we can see Rania on Facebook. That's great. Nice to have you here. She's the author of scientific books for kids, which will be speaking on this a little bit later. It's a very good, books which she designs herself and, she publishes over there. And also a global peace ambassador in Greece. So we are very fortunate to have you, Rania, on this Authors Alley podcast show. And you are the 6th person on this. And we are, very, very obliged that today, even though being Sunday, you are available, and we do understand that 1 hour of Sunday is so valuable. So glad to have you in this platform, and welcome to Authors Alley podcast. So it's all yours. You can just speak about yourself, introduce yourself before we go ahead with the next question. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming here. Thank you. It's all yours.
Greetings from Greece. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here today to organize together this, I think, very constructive discussion. As you said, I'm a global educator, a multi-awarded global educator, STEM instructor, ICT teacher trainer, neuroeducation researcher. And I have spent a great part of my life on volunteerism. Actually, my achievements concern my whole educational work, but in particular, science, education, innovation, international projects, research, peace, volunteerism, vulnerable groups, and writing scientific books for kids. I don't think that the career of an evolving, of course, educator can reach its peak. I have already over 200 awards so far. In 2019, I was elected among the best teachers in the world with the Global Teacher Prize by Varkey Foundation. And also for 3 consecutive years, I was also selected as Global Teacher Award winner by AKS, the national awards. However, as an educator, I was appointed in public secondary education. And after 4 years, I moved to primary education. Primary education was a complete revelation for me because children at this age, they have more flexibility, they are more creative. I think that educators can do miracles with children at this age. Of course, my love for children and my love for science popularization made me dedicate my life to teaching and, of course, to writing. But I think that it was another significant moment in my career that actually encouraged me to write about science and to deal with all these magical world of science popularization. Some years before, this was the greatest moment in my career. I had the chance to participate in a very innovative program, which is organized by CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Physics, in particular the CMS, Particle Physics Experiment CMS. And there, the main challenge I had to face is that I had the children from 6 to 12 years old, so I had to teach them about particle physics. Of course, the main challenge was to redesign the curriculum because in Greece, and I think in other countries also, modern physics and astrophysics and astronomy is it's not included in the curriculum. So I had to be creative. I had to use materials that motivated my students' creativity, such as Lego, clay, play stuff. to help them get familiarized with abstract concepts of science, of particle physics, using simple everyday materials that we can find in our house, simple non-expensive materials. The great outcome of this, all these activities that we have done during the year was amazing arts and crafts, amazing activities using the free digital tools. And at the end of the academic year, all my students told me that I want to be a physicist and I want to go to CERN, even though I had many arguments from parents who told me that I don't want my child at the age of 7 years old to learn about particle physics. So I think that it's up to educators to motivate the children to, first of all, to help them increase scientific knowledge, understanding of science, to help them acquire scientific literacy in every possible way. Of course, the role of art here, integration of arts at this age, it's very important because it's practically impossible to teach science at this age without integrating art. So trying to help to encourage students express themselves artistically, to collaborate in the production of original works of art inspired by, for instance, here by particle physics, to increase their interest in STEM and science-related careers in physics in general. And of course, to help them acquire some elements of the scientific method. So what I'm trying to do, that was the most important part in my life. And since then, I'm trying to promote worldwide STEM education, STEM vision and STEM literacy. Through my international projects. I have to say here that I am the founder of many international projects implemented mostly in Africa and Asia. And these projects are based on sustainable development goals, and they are addressed especially for the privileged students. We talk about students who are thirsty, students who do not have the necessary school supplies, and how to teach, for instance, about how to talk about water. My first project was about water, STEM project, how to teach them about water when these children are thirsty. And other STEM projects focused on gender-based violence in the food and the other also important issues. And apart from this, within this concept, when I discovered the magical world of STEM, STEM has been relating my life to my humanitarian and volunteering work. As I said before, I have spent a great part of my life on volunteerism, teaching STEM as a volunteer here in Greece for students at the Ecological Hospital, for students for refugee camps. We have many refugees here in Greece, and also to students with special education needs. And recently also here in Greece, I was appointed as International Ambassador of Volunteers with Education in Greek government program, Greek Academy of Volunteerism, Help Hellas. Apart from that, organizing with the Greek, I forgot to say that, first of all, I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education, at the Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation, where I'm writing STEM project for Greek schools. And for the first time this year, I have set up a whole STEM workshop for children, for students, twice a week inside the ministry. It has a great success. And apart from this, I'm collaborating with the Greek Astronomy Space Company, where we're trying to popularize space science. So we use space themes, which are very, very challenging and very attractive to students. So I participate in the organization of many webinars, of conferences, of workshops, to help not only the lay person, but especially the privileged children in order to make astronomy more interesting, more accessible to people of all ages. Why? Because first of all, why astronomy? Astronomy is unfairly excluded from the curriculum in many countries. And this is unfair because I believe that astronomy is a very important area of knowledge. Astronomy teaches humans how to evaluate their place in the universe and helps us see our lives through a different and more advanced perspective. And furthermore, children are fascinated by astronomy and can introduce them in an excellent way into other areas of scientific knowledge too. Therefore, I believe that learning astronomy should start from an early age. Now, these days, we are organizing here in Greece an astronomy festival with astro-nights and music nights. You can see how not only children but adults are so enthusiastic and they really love this.
Fantastic, fantastic. So many things you did mention about being a global teacher, how you are helping kids over there. You have designed a couple of textbooks and various things, even digitally. And yes, parents maybe they might oppose for the small kids you're starting up with all this. They might not be comfortable and all those things. You also spoke about the many you are with the international projects working, especially in Africa for the sustainable goals and all those things on the water management projects and everything. So I do see you in a very, I mean to say, in a vast way. You spread yourself, your wings to so fast places. Uh, what does that make you? I mean to say, why is that you are trying to do this, or you know, I know why is it coming from inside? I mean, what is that? Maybe in your childhood, did you face some challenges, or maybe you had some goal that you need to help so many people across the globe? So, what is that fire within you that's making you run everywhere and helping people in different places, especially the kids? So, what is that? Can you help us with your secret? That's a secret, right?
Well, my main source of inspiration have always been children. So this is the main source of my inspiration and motivation. But apart from this, the way I was taught science and the way I learned about abstract concepts in primary, secondary education was so a traditional way. We all know that the way that science is taught today all around the world, unfortunately, is boring, is uninteresting. It doesn't appeal to real, authentic, real world problems, to challenging problems like the problems that the child will face later in life. So I think I decided when I discovered STEM, which actually STEM projects focus on inquiring student-led investigations to open-ended real-life problems and all these hands-on activities. Um, and this STEM methodology helped children acquire critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills. They help them how to collaborate in teamwork, how to be innovators, how to be out-of-the-box thinkers, how to be self-reliant or logical thinkers and technologically literate. And of course, the role of arts, we'll talk about STEAM education. So I think that the new framework, because we're talking about a new model of economy now, a knowledge-intensive industry economy. Problems have changed, have become more complex. I think that the next generation of future leaders should be inculcated new values, new skills, and STEM education and all what I'm trying to promote through my work and through my lectures and through my workshops is something that is framing the daily life of young people outside the classroom. And this provides students with confidence and competence to function effectively as informed citizens that can participate in democratic civic decision making. all the skills necessary in the 21st century in order for people to deal with modern life complex situations. And these values, these capabilities should be developed in people from an early age.
Yes.
For instance, mentioned before about CERN. CERN organizes particle physics workshops, STEM workshops, already at the preschool age with great success. Why? Because recent data show that children should be exposed to the world of science at an early age, if it's possible at the preschool age. So it's something that I want to promote too within this framework, and because STEM remains a misleading curriculum concept so far, it's not an integrated reality in many high schools all around the world. And also it's not very well understood by teachers. Very recently here in Greece, our minister has integrated this in a new cognitive discipline, which is called Labs of Skills. And there are 22 thematic sessions, and STEM robotics is integrated. So I think the STEM is the future of education, as well as educational technologies that can promote STEM education. And that's why I have decided to help not only students, but also teachers, because I organize many live shows also here in Greece for teachers in order to help them, in order to inspire them to change their pedagogical teaching methods, and in order to be more innovators and more creative. And of course, to help them understand that we need to take into consideration our learners' need, their interest, their age, their rhythm, their needs. Learner should be at the forefront right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great. And just a question, you're doing so many things for the kids in Greece. So is it, I mean, say legally bought into the curriculum of all the schools in Greece, or only a couple of schools you are experimenting the STEM education over there? Is it with all the schools, which you mentioned about that 22 sessions which you're doing? So is it, approved by the Ministry of Greece for all schools, or you're just trying to start this project right now?
I mentioned how I started through a program organized by CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. And then I had to work this year in 5 primary schools to teach STEM particle physics. And apart from this now, I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education. And from my position now, I'm writing STEM projects for Greek schools, for any school who is interested to run this project. And apart from this, I'm organizing STEM workshops inside the ministry for primary, secondary schools. So it's something very, very challenging. It was for the first time I launched this workshop. Our minister also inaugurated this, and I'm very happy because it has great success already on a pilot basis. And apart from this, I'm organizing STEM workshops with the Greek Astronomy Space Company, Annex of Salamis, with Hellenic Physicists Society here in Greece, and also through my international projects in Kenya, Malawi, and Africa, and India also.
Wow. So you're doing this even in South Africa and also in India, some parts of India too. You have started this program for the STEM education.
Yes.
Awesome. Great. And we do know that you are also an author of a couple of books. So can you, tell more about it, as what made you first initially to be an author, right? Is the first thing. Then you can go on your journey through writing so many books, what all the books you have written for kids and how it's helping the kids.
Writing scientific books for kids was one of the greatest experience of my life. When I worked on my first book, which is called Planetary Interviews, I realized that fun is very important, even in science, because you must enjoy what to do in order to surpass the level of commonplace mediocrity that everyday life may force upon us. So the first thing that I did was to write an astronomy course for elementary school children, a whole course of it was 75 lesson plans. It was astronomy for children of 5 to 8 years old, and after this for children to 9 to 12 years old.
Okay.
Through this course, after this course, came this inspiration of writing a book. I searched about the market here, and when I wrote this book, there wasn't any book, an astronomy book for this age group, target group, for children of 5
to 8 years.
plus astronomy. And what was the goal of this was, of course, to make knowledge as engaging as possible. I wanted to give meaning and interest in the information which would motivate children in the learning process. And this book is actually the result of my effort to combine scientific knowledge with literature at the same time, trying to make science accessible to children and the general public at large.
Wow.
So, it's the combination of humor, of fantasy, of scientific information. This is an element that guarantees success in teaching even the most difficult concept. I think that the great talent that I have is that I can make the most abstract concept, the most difficult concept, I can make it understood by children through a story. This could be humoristic story, through an activity using simple everyday materials, through simple ways, even the most difficult concept. This is my talent, I think.
Wow, that's nice. Good. So do you have something to show us? I mean, over here, do you want to share your screen or something like that? Do you have a PPT or something like that where you want to show your work? Anything like that?
You mean my book?
Yeah, maybe your book, or maybe 3-4 slides or anything. If you want to show, you can
yes,
go ahead and share it so that we can understand as to what you're speaking about. So maybe 3-4 slides. That's it. So you mentioned your first book was Planetary Intelligence. Is that correct?
Planetary Interviews.
Interviews. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, we'll share my screen now.
Fine. I've given you the permission to share.
Are you able to see?
Yes, yes, we are able to see.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
So what is the concept here? You can see illustration is very humoristic.
Oh, you have included even the planet's name. I could see Mercury, something there.
Yeah, there are humoristic dialogues.
Oh yeah, Reporter and Mercury. Okay, wow. So you made it with all the planets, and you have given the name, and there is a reporter asking maybe some question, and that's replying. Okay, Venus. Oh wow.
Can you guess what is the concept? Because you can see here a journalist. Can you guess what is the concept?
For this?
Yes.
Maybe it's over here. I think it's Venus. Maybe Venus is beautiful. That's what it's asking. There is a two-way interaction. That's what's happening. Maybe what is the secret that keeps you so white, and many other things. That's good. Or what is making you tan? That's what I see. Something like that.
Planets. What is the concept of this book? The planets, one by one, leaving their places they had up there in the sky to appear on television here on Earth. They visit Earth, and the young reporter, which is a little bit naive, is inviting them one by one, and they respond. In this way, the planets, they're revealing their personality, their character. We learn a lot about astronomy through humoristic dialogues. And this, it's very, very deep scientific knowledge. But I have tried to transfer this knowledge through humor and through dialogues that have that show planets through personified characteristics.
Okay.
Here we can see, for instance,
Yeah, I do can see. Reporter, Miss Venus, I'm very happy to meet you.
yes.
Yeah, in person. You are famous for your beauty, and now that I see you, I understand that everything they say about you is true. What is the secret that keeps you so white? Let's not forget that you are the very close to the sun, but how come you haven't got a tan? So I think you make even the kids, play this, enact this, something like this.
Yes, yes. I will show you. Wait, also
Wow,
Jupiter. Jupiter. It's interesting to see.
Jupiter,
Here
okay.
is Venus, and
Mars.
yes, this is the
Wow.
king of the
Yeah,
planet.
Jupiter. Yeah.
If you can see, this is, this book has many pedagogical applications because students can make many dramatizations. So they wear, they create the costumes, they can organize a costume competitions. So they wear a crown, Jupiter wears a sweater with stripes.
Maybe
Yes,
it's far
and
away from the sun. Maybe
pimple.
that is the reason. It's a bit colder.
Here you can see kings never have pimples.
Pimples. Yes.
Pimple is a red stain, is a storm, a tornado that has lasted for 300 years. And now the stripes, don't wear sweaters with stripes. Stripes are gases and clouds of different colors, are called methane and ammonia. Everything has a meaning in costume. So students should explain why they wear this and how they have to be creative and to imagine how they will present this through costumes. And of course, apart from this has many pedagogical applications because they can these students can create many models of solar system and many STEM activities about the Earth, about the Sun. They can also extend the dialogues, and they can also add their own dialogues. They can improvise. Children can improvise their own dialogues. For instance, there are children who try to make a quarrel between the planets. To give them more egoistic, characteristics
Very
and
nice.
features.
And why is that crown given to? I mean, to Jupiter? Maybe it's one of the largest. That's the reason. There's a crown on the top.
Yes, because he's the king of the planets. The bigger one.
Awesome. I think if kids learn by this way, they are never going to forget about Jupiter. If you're going to explain in so detail with so many pictures and also the reason which you mentioned about that stripes, about the methane and this thing. So it's very nice. By that, they will be able to enjoy this, the whole scenario, and also through this they'll be able to remember it more easily because mind easily remembers the pictures. Maybe it might not be able to read the whole book or remember it, but when you show pictures, I think mind can perceive it. And even the small kids, rather, they are very, their subconscious is very active, listening, I mean, getting into their subconscious. So these pictures would help them a lot. Absolutely great. Nice.
And not only that, it's that I chose on purpose journalist, reporter, because reporters are a person who have become very familiar to children through television, especially through the news programs that their parents watch. So television has this ability to show an issue in a way that makes interesting to the general public. And I used this communication advantage of television and journalism to make astronomy accessible to children.
Absolutely.
So this way I would like to children to love astronomy and science in general.
Mhm.
And this is what you said about the memory. I try to create original dialogues that are difficult to erase from memory.
Yeah, yeah. I think that person will never forget. Even the person reaches an age of 60 years. So I think he or she will never forget this if you're shown with so detail and everything, right? Absolutely fantastic. Shilpi, I think you're seeing this, right? It's so great, right? Fantastic. I just love this. Wow, what a dialogue.
It is something which I
Yes.
always, dream of giving to children. And now I've decided that I'm going to do a very good session in my university with Rania at least.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
I have,
superb idea. I think.
I have worked on these kinds of things, but I was getting no hints to go ahead. But now I know that I have Rania over here with me to work on all these things, and I have a basic fundamental prepared with me.
Fantastic. I think, yeah, I think Rania can help you in every way, in maybe launching in
Absolutely,
your university or
Mhm, of
absolutely, she
course.
can.
wow, this is
And,
interesting.
and at the end of the book, there are also activities. Um,
I
children.
have an idea, Rania. We'll create, special storytelling sessions for kids, and we'll use all these things, and we can do a lot of things with these things. And I'm sure about it. It is going to
Absolutely.
rock on.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
Maybe at least one kid, if you can prepare. Rania, is it possible? Maybe for our the program which we have on August the third day, 21st of August, which is on Sunday. That is the last day which we have kept the
for
storytelling thing.
kids, huh?
Yeah. So maybe if even one kid comes from your school or maybe whom you know, maybe in the age group of 5, 8, or whatever it is, no problem. Maybe for 5, 10 minutes, if they can present something like this, that would be an
Mhm.
example. That would be an example for all of us here in India, at least.
You
Right,
know what?
Shilpi? What's your thought
Yes,
on that?
Yes, of
absolutely.
course.
You know what, Rania? I used to tell many educators that when we are talking about metals, when we are talking about geography, physics separately, why not to incorporate history, geography, physics together and teach students like how you incorporated metal, then how if your boat moves towards a direction, then also you have a direction of the wind, and the same thing applies in physics. So why not to create all in the form of a story and tell to students? It will be very interesting and very learning thing for them. So I had these ideas and I created a lot of projects with them and I worked on with them also, but then due to short offense I couldn't take it enough. But I'm so happy after I see you here doing all these things. It is something amazing what you are doing, and truly it is something which is in my mind, and you have been doing it here. So it is so great to see.
Need to congratulate you and for this great efforts what you're doing.
Thank you.
Really,
Thank you,
really,
Ma.
very
Absolutely,
nice.
absolutely.
Rania, keep up the work. Yeah, great work. Absolutely. Superb. That's nice. So I think Shilpi, we can coordinate with Rania maybe later. If you can just about getting at least one kid from Greece itself, and when
Yes, of course, of course.
yes, you
We
can
can
prepare,
arrange
and I
that.
think that would be a live example to all of us here in India and kids to watch. I think they would love it with all the presentation and everything. And we can give even, I mean to say, even if it's more than 10 minutes, even 15 or 20 minutes, I think we can extend. So let's have that on the agenda, Shilpi. Okay. Absolutely great.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, without any doubts, we can do that.
Yeah, oh my God, it's so. I think when we were kids, we were not having all these things, which yeah, due to technology and everything, people are getting,
And
kids are getting. We need to
Pradeepji,
utilize this.
I must tell you that in one of the schools I used to take this summer's personality development class, and
Mhm.
there I taught them these planets and everything, and I even made them learn some German.
Ah,
So yeah, and it was all I made them do this singings and songs and everything, and through these beautiful pictures only. And in 3 days, those children were of LKG, UKG, and in these 3 days they could reproduce all these things, and parents were so very happy that our kids can do all these things in just 3 days of time.
yeah.
So I'm sure all these things helps our kids a lot, but then we need to innovate and experiment. That is there.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, innovation is there. We need to have some good innovations also. And that will help with come with collaboration, of course. We need some masters like Rania who can help us, to develop these things. Absolutely. Great work, Rania. I
Thank
was not
you.
knowing you were into this. I thought you are teaching people, I mean the kids and everything, but not to this extent where it becomes very, very easy to present.
We'll
Because
take
when
we'll take individual class from Rania also.
yeah, of course.
You
I
and
think
me
we
will
need
take this
to,
class.
depending
Yes,
upon her schedule, of course. Because
absolutely.
when we were learning history, geography, and everything, I never liked geography. when that so many this thing that thing came. I never used to even attend the classes, but I used to get a lot of beating. And always I used to just pass out of 100. I used to get just 30 or 33 marks. They used to push me to the next class.
Same here, same here, Pradeep sir. In fact, when I was preparing for my MPPSC, and I have cleared written for MPPSC also, that is civil
Oh, is it?
services.
Wow.
Yeah, that is civil. So then I realized that because studying science was compulsory, geography was compulsory. So
Compulsory,
then
yeah.
I realized if we can interrelate all these subjects, history, geography, science, then teaching is fantabulous. But what we do here is we divide each of the subjects, and that creates problem because each of the subject and concepts are very much interrelated. So we can do
Absolutely,
this
absolutely.
definitely.
That would be nice. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Maybe once we need to have a session for all the Author Alleys community with Rania. And I think
absolutely, absolutely.
this will be a lot of help to all the kids, especially during the early ages, which Rania mentioned, that is 5 to 8 years. That is the exact time where we can compile all these things, especially astronomy and all those things, and put it into the curriculum. That's fantastic. All the best for this, Rania. Keep doing it. We just loved it. Yeah. I think I'll
Thank
be
you very much.
thinking about it. Thank you very much. Anything else you want to present over here? Or you can stop?
No, my next books are for
Yeah,
older
please. Please.
children, are for children of 9 and above. It's the same, we have the same philosophy.
Uh-huh.
I want to popularize difficult concepts, um, not with humor now, but with other methods. And they're under the way of being published. Then we're talking about 4 books, 4 more books. But this is my, my mission, writing scientific book for kids. This is for now
Absolutely.
my mission to
So
help the
even
children.
maybe if you're collaborating in India, maybe we can also be of, if we are of any help to you, maybe in India author rallies, maybe conducting programs or something like that. Maybe in the future, if you have some idea, you can
Mhm.
share with myself and Shilpi. We can also help you in this project in getting into different schools or maybe conducting some programs, especially online, so at the comfort of the home. But first, yeah, of course, you need to train us or maybe help us in this, or you can keep that project. We can arrange the session. You can come over and just deliver the session how it needs to be done and everything. Shilpi, right?
Wonderful. That would be wonderful.
Yes,
Absolutely, Pradeep sir. Why not? And if at all Rania gets comfortable and sometimes she wants to travel to India to just feel the hospitality of us, we will be really glad. And I think we can even help her, connecting with few of the schools and colleges over here also from as a part of Author Sally. So we are always more than happy to do this for you.
sure.
That will be our pleasure.
Maybe that's we can keep this workshop. Maybe initially we can start with online, start with, so
Absolutely.
that we can create an awareness. At least people start knowing about this Rania project. So it will be this thing. And also, Rania, you can better get it copyright and everything, so that nobody else can copy it or something like that. So
Mhm.
that's the first thing I think you need to do. That's very, very important, because
Okay.
nobody else should take the credit of it, because you have worked so hard day in and day out for this project. I feel all these things should be copyrighted under your name or under the
And
ministry.
for copywriting, our publication partner, Mr. Vinit Gera, can anytime help you.
Yeah, yeah. And we have the publishing house, even they can help you, but still, whatever it is, it's very nice, good project, and keep doing it. We're very happy that you are doing and thinking for the kids, which normally people don't think that much. It's only after maybe a certain age, maybe in college or maybe doing some MBA, or people start thinking about creativity. But in this, for the kids, small kids, primary, that to primary kids, you're teaching and developing these great concepts. I think it's very, very much appreciated. All the best for this project.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go to the next part. As to, I would like to ask you as to how was your last experience, your session with Authors Alley? You did participate in our program in the month of April, that is 23rd to 25th. You were one of the speakers with us. So I want you to share your experience, your journey with Authors Alley during that period. Did you really like that, the whole event, or were there any feedbacks to us so that we can improve on our own self? So we have our viewers, our listeners all over the world listening to this Authors Alley podcast. And here we have Rania from Greece. I request all of you to stay tuned for another 15 minutes. She'll be helping us with various information and also how to get in touch with Rania. She will be helping with her email address and also the various social media profiles. So over to you, Rania. You can just share your experience as a testimonial to Authors Alley.
So very recently, I am privileged because I had a chance to be a guest of honor in a very and a fantastic event, which had to do with creating and cultivating reading habits. This was my topic. It was actually, it's a very original topic because you don't see, I am participating in many conferences, and lectures and events. It's the first time I had the chance to participate in something like that. It's not common. Unfortunately, events about authors and about reading habits, it's not at all common. And this is something that is missing. That's why I think that Authors Alley made a difference here. It offered a very interesting, first of all, very interesting topic. And apart from this, the great originality was that brought many experts and leaders and educators from all over the world. There were many, some of them were my friends also, from different countries. And there it was, it was fun, it was engaging. We learned many things. We learned how it's literature in Philippines, how it's literature in India or in Italy or in any other country. So it was a breathtaking event, really, which made a difference and helped us realize the importance of showcasing this topic, and they needed to promote literature, to promote reading habits, and to promote especially ideas about how to cultivate the future writers, and especially when we talk about students or little children. We need to inspire them. So I was inspired, me too, listening by other speakers and other authors. And I hope that this will continue in the same, on the same topics. We can organize many other events, I think, with, of course, with collaboration with Authors Alike on the same, on similar topics about literature, because literature is a huge chapter, and we can leverage a lot of many aspects that are unknown or underestimated by the public.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rania.
Magical.
Thank you, Rania, for the kind words. Shilpi, do you have anything for Rania?
Yes, as Rania has mentioned that there are few of the topics which are underrated, few topics. So if Rania, you can help us with some of the things because we are coming up with Connect Literature Fest, that is from August 19th to 21st. So definitely first day is related to colloquy, that is connecting and telling, talking about yourself. Second day is theater and performing arts, and third day is storytelling. So if you can tell us, if you want us to incorporate some more of the topics which you said that are unheard or unrecognized by the society, though they are important, that will be a pleasure to include, and definitely it is going to raise the value and the content of our program also. So that will be a great help
Yeah.
from your end.
Maybe 1 hour we can keep a session, something like this. So maybe if you have anything creative, Rania, you can get in touch with Shilpi.
Yes, storytelling is very powerful, and recently I had the idea if we could organize a collective storytelling. For instance, um, we are together, I start the story, and there is another teacher who continues the story. and another who continues. So we have a collective story from the scratch, from the beginning.
Wow, yeah. The other day, Rania, using the same concept, myself and Shilpi, we started the discussion. I said, I don't know how to, do the stories and everything. So we just started somewhere, there is something, and then we went to the garden and, butterfly went to the top of the mountain. And from there it's saying, oh, so beautiful valley and all those stuff. So Shilpi, in fact, she taught me how to do this storytelling, which I was maybe in my kids, when I was a small kid, maybe at that time I might have done, but I really do not remember. So it was a good concept. So we can take this concept ahead and, we can start working on this.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I have experience with students with collaborative documents, and I
Mhm,
think that really it's very, very efficient.
mhm,
Children can be very, very creative and imaginative.
mhm.
They can contribute, and they have this sense of achievement, but at the same time, the sense of being a team, of belonging in a team.
Yes, why not starting every day then in this literature fest with this storytelling session only, so that all the authors can connect with each other, and then we can have a beautiful, happy start for each of the 3 days. I think we can definitely start with this for all the 3 days.
Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can think maybe 30 minutes each day or something like that. We can start with this session where everybody can, participate in this and something or the other would come. That's really nice. That's right. Because in India, we normally don't do this. Normally, we sing songs in our local language in Hindi, and
Mm.
what we do is that we somebody sings a song, and the end of that song, whatever that that alphabet or whatever comes, they will start from there, the next
Mm.
song related, and he will or she will continue, and then he stops in between, she stops, and the last word is taken, and then they continue. But we never thought about the story. It's nice connecting the dots, right? Thank you very much for this concept. Absolutely. Okay. And now I would like Rania to help the viewers with your social media handle. Where can they reach you? Do you have a website or LinkedIn address or maybe Facebook where they can reach you, or even an email address? So you can.
People can find me on Facebook. I'm more active. I upload many of my projects there. Rania Lampou,
Mhm.
MPOU. And also LinkedIn, I'm also there. And I can share also my mail, rania.lampou@gmail.com.
Okay, let me repeat it. You said, Rania, you are more active on Facebook, where you have many of your projects and various things over there in Facebook. And the name is spelled as Rania, and the last name is Lampou. Is that correct, Rania? Okay.
Yes, yes.
And even the email address is Rania, Rania. Then do you have a period, a full stop?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
full
Yes.
stop, and then the last name, Lampou @gmail.com. So I request all the viewers here, Author Alley viewers, whoever want to connect with Rania, of course, you should connect after seeing through this presentation, wonderful presentation and the concept. So that shows, what type of imagination Rania holds. And right now we got an idea right now for our project, that is the next summit, which is coming next month. That is 19th, 20th, and 21st. So we will start working on this, myself and Shilpi, and along with Dr. Anjali, our third core team member, and we'll try to get this concept with Rania's help. So thank you very much, Rania. And I hope people will get in touch with you. I request you to please help them in case if they need about this new thing, helping kids with astronomy, the geography, history, physics, all clubbing together in small age, which normally I know the parents would resist. They would say, what is this? But still, it's a very good concept. And once I think kids start learning this, which you showed us the pictures of, especially the Jupiter, I just love that. Wearing a sweater, a Santa Claus sweater, and top, you have that, the crown over there and everything. I think people will never forget this, especially the stripes, what they have with that methane and the other gases over there. So when you collaborate or correlate one thing with the pictures, I think kids will never, never forget this. It's a very, very good concept. And thank you for explaining to us in detail about this whole concept. And we just loved it, so much. Thank you very much. Shilpi, do you have any question for Rania before I proceed with the last one question to Rania?
No, absolutely. Today I'm not in a condition to question. Otherwise, I had a lot of questions for her.
No problem.
But she's safe today, actually. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So you may proceed, please.
Yes. And thank you very much, Rania, for being on the show. My last question to you is what is your one or two line message to the podcast viewers or listeners
I
who
think
are
Pradeep
there?
sir is hang. Rania, can you hear?
Yeah. No, we can't hear you. Yeah, now.
Pradeep sir, are you back?
Yeah. I'm back.
But we cannot hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not able to hear me?
Now it is fine. Now
That's
it is
fine.
fine. Please
Okay,
take.
fine. Thank you. I think the internet is also being a little bit here and there. So let's be fast here. Yeah, you wanted to say something, Shilpi?
No, no, I thought he was not there. So I was just taking on for the last minutes.
Okay,
Please make
okay.
carry on.
Yeah. So, Rania, my last question to you is what is the two line or three line message to all the viewers of Authors Alley who don't know about Authors Alley and want to join this community? So, what is your message on that? Can you help the viewers who are first time listening to Authors Alley or in this platform? So, what's your message to them?
Well, I encourage them from the bottom of my heart to join us, join Offer Sally, because it gives food for thought and it gives us wings to fly and to open up new horizons and new eyes of creativity and inspiration. This is what we need in this life and hard, challenging, and all this hard work and all these problems that we face every day. And we need creativity, we need inspiration, and we need also collaboration. We need other people to share, and we need interaction.
Absolutely.
So I think
Because
Offers Ali gives this possibility to get together people from all around the world and share the same vision and share and exchange knowledge and ideas mostly.
I totally agree on that. Yeah, exchanging of ideas. It's being said one idea can change the world, right? So maybe people with common, I mean to say, thoughts who come together just like a mastermind group, like Napoleon Hill says. So we can work towards a common goal as what we really want to achieve. And also, yes, as you rightly said, this is a great community where people and the first time authors, writers, they come together to this platform, and it's a good thing to meet each other. And the most important thing, it's free, totally free, right? So we just want to be supportive to many people over there who have still not written books, and we request you to come to this platform and give your presentation, maybe your future, if you want to write books or something like that, because we have publishers, we have educators like Rania over here who can guide you to the next level, right? Because they have written many books, they have seen many faces in life, especially as far as the education is concerned across the planet. She's with the Ministry of Greece and helping to create a new concept. So let's join together with Rania and also with Authors Alley to make this idea into a reality. It's only when we gather together in such an occasion or such summit, that's what we come to know and exchange our ideas and get to the next level. Thank you very much, Rania, and we appreciate your time and all the knowledge which you have shared. And especially, I think the pictures what you have shown, I think I will never forget. So thank you very much. I'm going to speak about this maybe in my another video, which I'll be creating separately about you. And whatever I have learned, I have taken notes, 1.5 pages notes. So many things over there. And surely I'll put this to the people around and let them to also connect with you. I will have your social media handle and also your email address in one of my videos, in one of our videos, so that people can directly approach you for any project. And I request you to please help them in whatever way possible you can help them, and keep continued doing this good work which you're doing for refugees and students helping in different projects. You are the president of several international organizations where you're helping kids with some water management and various other things. It's a good thing what you're doing. May the Almighty help you with good sound health and peace and happiness of mind every way possible, and also of course a lot of money, tons of money into your bank account for doing these good deeds you are doing to the world. And especially you're using your, I mean to say, the valuable time, right? People can get all the other sources, but the time, I think, once gone, it never comes back. So you are, according to us, you are utilizing it in a very, very productive way. In India, what we say that whenever you do something good, you give it with your right hand. The left hand doesn't come to know, but it comes to you in multiple fold, right? You sow one tomato seed and you get multiple tomatoes. You sow one coconut and you get multiple coconut. So you're doing an extremely good job. May the Almighty take care of you in every way possible. We wish you all the best to keep growing and also to keep coming to Authors Alley. Yeah. Once in a while to motivate us and give us some good insights about whatever the new technology and books you are writing, so that in India, maybe we are a little bit lagging in that way. So we request you to help us. And we as Authors Alley are always ready for any of your projects. If you want any help from India, something like that, or want to continue this workshop, maybe on the weekends to schools, colleges, we are ready to partnership with you. Okay, so thank you very much. And any last message from your end you want to give to all the viewers from your personal end, you may go ahead and share that. Rania.
Try to experiment every time, experiment with everything.
Yeah.
This is my message.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you fail, right? You need to experiment.
Exactly.
Until and
especially
unless
when it comes to writing, because there are many people who are afraid, who want to start writing, but they're afraid.
Yeah, one of them is myself, practical in front of you. I think what people will say, I don't have that good English, I don't have that good grammar. Maybe people might, not like it. So I was postponing it to someday, but I think that someday is, never going to come. It is this day, right today, right now. I need to take that step. It doesn't matter. I write only for 5 minutes or even for 1 minute, opening the diary and writing one page. Absolutely doesn't matter. I think it will progress. So thank you very much. I think this podcast session was absolutely great. We appreciate your time, and sorry again for making you join for, I think we made you wait for 20 or 23 minutes. The only reason is that previous to this, we were, had a podcast with the Toastmaster of our club, the club in which we go for the session for Toastmaster Club. And he was the sponsor of the club. And, we had a session for 30 minutes, and you won't believe it went on for 1 hour, 10 minutes. And I think now he was just telling before the session that, oh, I think I cannot speak for 30 minutes. And it has gone for 1 hour, 10 minutes. So I don't know what will be his reaction that, oh my God, how did I speak so much? It happens, right? So because everything was coming from inside, it was not scripted at all, right, Shilpiji? Absolutely, there was no script in that. And he was speaking from his heart. How did he build that? How did he reach that level and everything? So many awards, rewards, and everything. So it was an amazing journey. So thank you very much. Shilpi ji,
And I
you can go
remember,
ahead.
Pradeep sir, when you messaged him that we'll be doing it for 45 minutes, he'll be like, no, 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 I think 45 minutes is too long.
Too long, yes.
How
Yes,
will I do that? Many people will not take it. He was like that.
yes.
That's
And
why.
now when we release that show, I mean, it's the podcast, he himself would say, oh my God, I spoke for 1 hour. Oh, that's great.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much for this
Thank you.
wonderful
Thank you,
opportunity.
Rania. And
that
all
we
the
had
best.
this fruitful discussion. I wish for Sally all the best for its future endeavors. And of course, I will contribute on my part as much as I can.
Thank you.
Anytime
Thank
you
you very
need
much. All the best for all your projects. Okay, our good wishes is always there with you. Anytime you need help with Authors Alley, we are always there. We are just a message away from you. And before we depart, I think we need to take a photograph. So a smiling photograph would be great.
I'm so sorry, Rania, I couldn't be there today for all of the thing, but yes, I have been here and listening and learning a lot of things from you. And you have been just fantabulous. And the things which you have showed to us was like Amazing. That is really great.
Thank you.
Okay, let me capture a photograph. Just give me 10 seconds. Smiling. Okay, fantastic. So all of us are smiling. Thank you very much.
But today I must be coming very dull, na, Pradeep
So
sir?
that's okay. That's fine. See, even if you're down, you have showed up. I mean, that shows, right, how much dedicated you are. Right, Rania? Correct?
Mhm.
Absolutely. That's great, miss. Thank you. Leaders are born in such way. Only in difficult situation when you rise, that is the real ability of the leader. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you for
Rania.
motivating and
Thank
appreciating
you.
so much.
Have a great day and a happy weekend,
Thank you very
Rania.
much.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.